like every other trainer's goal is to get a Breeders' Cup horse.
Wow,
Train towards
Miranda,
that.
you're gonna skip
That's
past so many like your first win, a stakes race, allowance race, straight to a Breeders' Cup. That's some ambition. Miranda Sealy, welcome to the platform. Thank you for joining me. Pleasure of mine. Nice to have you on.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, no problem. I was watching on TV and I saw your horse um, political warfare,
Warfare.
right? And I was like,
Mm.
huh, Miranda Sealy, that's the new trainer. And I heard them talking about you on TV, and they were saying, new trainer, and you just seems like you just got your license and so forth. But I've seen you online, and I've seen you, and I was like, wait a minute, was she always a trainer? Just jump in the training game? So I'm gonna give you this opportunity just to tell us a little bit about your background in horse racing and how'd you make these steps to become a trainer.
Well, it first started like years ago when I was like 20. The first time ever handling yearlings was at a farm, Winfield Farms, and I just enjoyed their personality, and it was my first time ever around thoroughbreds, and I just enjoyed being around them, right? Like the hypeness and just the excitement that they give you, right? And it just grew on from there, and I went to thoroughbred farms. I've gone to Gardner farms. I've learned a lot at each farm, taken in a lot of advising on how to deal with horses and just deal with yearlings, mares. And then 2005, I worked at Woodbine Racetrack. And then I left the track for a few years. And then I came back in 2012 and worked with Reed Baker, learned a lot from Reed. And then been with Mar Cassie since 2015.
Oh
And
wow!
decided, my husband and I bought some horses and just decided to get more into it, studied, asked questions, and just studied for the trainers and bigger future.
Well,
Travel.
that's quite a bit of history with the racing and how you got involved and so forth. So I mean, like before you actually started working for Reed um, and what did you do before that? Were you part of the farm lifestyle, country girl kind of person?
Yeah. Yeah, I rode horses my whole life growing up, and
Well,
I actually went to college for Kempville College for equine studies for 2 years and went with jumpers. I was in the jumping, and then when I first went to Winfield Farms in 2003, that's when I just fell in love with the thoroughbreds
oh
and
wow,
haven't
man!
left since. Haven't left since, and just kind of
Wow.
grew and learned. I learned to gallop them, and then I went to galloping. I never galloped at the track, just at the farms, and just learned a lot, like a lot.
No, not no.
Really
I
good
mean,
people.
initial stages. Like for any person around horses, usually it starts out with a lot of fun. Is it still a lot of fun for you?
Yes, it is actually. You get to meet like all these new horses and grooming them, and just seeing the horses that you take care of go in the winner's circle. It's fascinating and excitement, and just your hard work pays off, right? And just
What's
seeing
the
that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do have their own personalities, and I can only imagine if you're around them for so much, like you are, and many of the other people, you get quite a bit of an attachment to them. Uh,
Oh,
is there
yeah.
is there any one horse in general that you've grown attached to over the years?
uh, yeah, there's this one horse that has my heart, and he'll always have my heart. Is when I was at Mar Cassie's Vanish. He was always my favorite one to this day. And then he got claimed, and then haven't really seen him since.
He just vanished.
Yeah. I heard he went to a good home though. So
Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that must be interesting because Mar Cassie has so many horses coming through there.
Mhm.
You know, to be really attached to one of the horses there, it must be pretty special. Um, is there another proud moment with you and the horses that you that really stands out besides the vanished horse?
Uh, yeah, I came across this filly named Shifty that you guys probably all know. Ran a really big race with her, and it's the first big stake race I've ever had working with Mar Cassie.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
no.
there's another
Mm-hmm.
one. There's another one. She's actually mine and my husband's. She's a Sealy.
Oh, right. I remember that one. Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's our first horse that we ever bought together.
So you guys are going with this Sealy theme, right? I can see that right away.
Yeah.
That's special. Tell me about that. Like that special moment when you guys bought your first horse. What was that feeling like?
Like a new beginning.
Hmm. Just
Yeah.
a new beginning.
Yeah, we got her at 2 years old at the Keeneland sale, and we just started dealing with her from the ground up again, and she came out pretty strong with her. She
Oh,
didn't
wow.
win, but she tried her hardest every time she ran. Yeah,
Well,
it was a really good learning process for us to get into the racing on her own.
I like the name Sealy because Sealy reminds me of Sealy Hill, and that was another nice horse back in the days. Hopefully, you guys can carry on the tradition with the Sealys and do something really special with the horse racing. That'd be pretty cool. Um, is there a difference with getting a horse down the Keelan sale versus Ontario sale?
Uh, yeah, because everyone likes the Ontario, like sired and bred for the racing, right? And like when
Mhm.
Sealy would run, when we got her, she's BC bred, so it's just the purses, right?
You said she was BC bred.
Mm. We bought her in
Well,
Kentucky, and she was from BC.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's interesting. You know, you don't always see that up here in Ontario. You know, a lot of BC bred horses. Um,
Mm.
I mean, and I mean, if that would have been really interesting. I mean, she probably could have gone down to Vancouver, Hastings, and probably ran in one of those bigger races.
Mm.
Was that something you ever considered?
No.
It's too distance, too far.
Yeah. Yeah. We always loved
I
to see her on dirt, but we just never made it to Fort Erie to let her run on the dirt.
Uh huh. So whatever happened to to She's a Sealy?
She is officially retired.
Oh,
She's
nice.
going to become a broodmare. Yeah.
Now, who did someone claim her? Someone owned her now, or you guys still have her?
We still have her.
Okay, cool. I guess
Yeah.
that's a real special one.
Yeah, that's the first one we started with, and she's not going anywhere.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Um,
Got high
you
hopes
know,
for her foals.
pardon? Sorry.
I have high hopes for her foals.
Oh, okay, great. I
Yeah.
mean, that's wonderful. So, I mean, I'm here. I'm watching you on TV. Walk your first horse out. It was kind of cool, you know, seeing. I like watching the people. You say newbies, so you got a first time rider, first time trainer,
Yeah.
and you know things like that. How special was that? You know, that first moment walking your first horse out as a trainer.
It was pretty exciting, like being on like the other side, and like talking with talking with the jockey, and and it's just like like you stand there, and I'm saddling them, and it's like this is all for real. Like I'm actually like a trainer. I'm not just the groom standing in front of the horse and taking him out. Like I'm actual training of the horse, right? It's just a proud moment. Like, you just wish the jockey the best, the horse the best, and it's just an exciting moment.
Did you get any advice from any of the people around the track in terms of how to deal with anything when it comes to training for your first race ever? And if you did, can you share that with me?
I always get whatever happens, happens. That's what they say to me. You do your hardest, you know, but not much really. Just they always say that it's part of the game. So I don't know. No, not really.
Well, I guess as from time go on, I guess you'll be probably looking to attract, possibly a lot more owners and people involved in the racing. What's your
Yeah.
game plan? How do you plan on doing that? I mean, I'm just curious so that if they're out there, maybe they can relate to you.
My husband and I, we work as a team. Get the horses conditioned properly on a feed program, like a really good training program. And we just love the horses, like love them. Care of, like, when I work at Cassie's, I care for those horses like they're my own. Like just the treatment and the love towards them, and they'll run their heart out for you.
That's pretty cool. You know what? One thing I like about this platform is that I get a chance to speak with so many different people, and every time I speak to or with someone else, is always a different perspective of many things. One thing I'm really falling in love with is having a little bit more energy from the female side on this platform and having a different view of things. Being a female in the racing world. What do you see right now? I mean, I know it's an equal opportunity sport. There's been many successful female trainers in the game. Is there any one of them that inspired you to this point?
I would say the female trainer that like inspired me, like it doesn't matter the battle or situation, you just keep on going. I would say Josie.
Josie.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
because
done
she's
pretty well.
strong, determined, and she's just like, to me, like a true horsewoman, like
Yeah,
hardworking
I would say
woman.
the same thing. I would say the same thing. I
Hardworking
would love
woman.
to have the opportunity to speak with her also because I don't
Mhm.
always see her smiling, and I would love to try my best to make her smile. That would be real cool. That'd be fun for
Yeah,
me
it's all in
actually.
the game. Your focus is just the horses, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's real cool. Um, I guess over the years you've seen many things at the track. Is there anything that ever surprises you now in these times after so many years in train and not training, but in being around the track?
mm, no, it's just a lot of changes, mainly.
A lot of changes. Changes like what?
Just the horses, like, and the surroundings. It's a big
Hmm.
change since I started working there.
Oh, I see. Well,
Mhm.
what about the change of the game and changing the rules and so forth? Are you up to speed with all those things? Because I mean, there's been so many things, so many different rules and regulations and so forth. I guess as a trainer, you probably have to know all these things. And is there a
Mm,
major difference between when you started to now?
yes.
Do you want to share
Yeah.
some of that information, or that's something you keep as a secret as a trainer?
I'll keep it a secret for now.
I like your style. Don't give away all your secrets because as a trainer, people will steal them.
Well, it's different seeing and different knowing, right?
Hey, I can't be mad at you, man. Just tell me everything I need to know, but not everything that you need me to know. So I'm pretty cool with that. So tell me a little bit about your horse that you're training right now and how that horse been coming along. And what's your hopes for the future for this horse?
He's been training a lot right now. He's getting ready for a race coming up soon. Our hopes for him is probably taking him down in the States, try him on the dirt.
Down the states. You guys planning on going far down in the states, or just across the border, like close in the New York, Pennsylvania area, or further down like Florida, uh,
Like to try them at Gulfstream.
Gulfstream?
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good place. Nice place to be. Nice and warm.
Yeah. He's a very talented horse.
Well, I mean, if you're judging from straight appearance alone, it's a beautiful animal. I mean, I've seen the horse. I was invited to see the horse, and I had a look at him, and he looked really big and beautiful. So definitely,
Yeah.
and I saw that when the horse actually got on the track. So it's really nice to see. I mean, you ran the other day. What was your heart like? What's your heart rate like? I mean, your first race and everything. What was it? What was that feeling like?
I was hoping for a win, but it happens. But he ran his heart out like he does all the time. So we're just hoping for the best next round.
Nice. Well,
On
well
one of the
said.
year.
Well said. I'm trying my best to come at different angles with you, Miranda, because I know this is your first time doing stuff like this. I'm saying let me try to break her just like how they break in in the horse world. And I think I'm making some progress here. I'm seeing big smiles and everything else, and it's pretty cool.
I just love them.
Now I want to ask you here: do you think Woodbine is this like the biggest playground in Canada, right? When it comes to horses, the biggest purses and so forth. Would you train anywhere else within Canada, or this is the place to be?
Uh, this is the place I like to start for sure.
Hmm.
It teaches you a lot. It's a good track to get you going towards your goals and like your future, and then the winter months give you an opportunity to go down the States and learn some ropes down there, and then kind of twist it up when you come back to Woodbine. Get the training differences from down there and back up to Woodbine.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool. It's good to hear that too, because I guess as a starting point, you choose Woodbine as a starting point, and I guess the only place else maybe that would make sense would be to move south, if that happens. But taking horses across the border or perhaps training down south. So I mean, it's something to consider. I mean, sky's the limit. Did you get any advice from Mar Cassie? I mean, you told me you work for Mar Cassie. Did he say, "Hey, look, good luck, and you took your trainer's license out. I'll see you out there on the track"? Any advice?
No, I don't. He's down in the States, so we don't really see him much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure he probably will pop his head in soon. Seems like he's getting pretty comfortable down south now. I remember the days when we used to see him a lot over here in Toronto, but these days not so often.
That was a
I
while
guess.
ago.
Yeah. Um, do you think Woodbine Racetrack? It has so much history when it comes to horse racing within Canada. Based on race life. I know that you guys are really indulged in the race world. Do you think that Rexdale area could possibly should be transformed into like a race world? I always figure that they could do more, like going down Rexdale. Just bringing more awareness to the racetrack. What's your thoughts on that?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, you got big posters of horses, the race world, stuff like that, so bring more attention to racing, because it's a major part of the economy within this area in Toronto, and it would be nice that people that in the area knew more about it.
Yeah, like kind of like do like some sort of like fundraisings around there.
Yeah.
Put the
Anything
bulletin boards around there, the highways.
anything that brings attention to racing, a lot of times people don't always pay attention to it. You know, a lot of times it's the people who work with the horses that are really more interested in, you know, in the racetrack and, you know, punters and so forth, horse players and so forth.
Mhm.
Uh, anyways, let's get back to racing and horse and more of more about your world. Um,
Mhm.
what are your goals for the future as a trainer?
Like every other trainer's goal is to get a Breeders' Cup horse.
Wow,
Train towards
Miranda,
that.
you're gonna skip
That's
past so many like your first win, a stakes race, allowance race, straight to a Breeders' Cup. That's some ambition,
yeah, yeah.
man. That's
That's
big.
the
That's
drive.
huge.
That's the drive. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
I
gotta
gotta
go
warn
big in
you.
this industry. It's gonna
I
be
gotta
tough.
warn you, Miranda. I gotta
It's
warn you,
gonna be
Miranda.
tough.
Like how many Kings play or Queens play did Kevin Attard win and all these stakes races? He just finally won a Breeders' Cup race. So I mean, like you're going straight for the top.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to
That's
get
awesome.
there, but you'll get there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I like it. I like the ambition. You got to strive for big things, I guess.
Mhm.
What is the real attraction to this sport for you and your team? Because you know some people dwell off of you know family being involved in the racing. Some people dwell off the fact that maybe money or a job.
Mhm.
Um, I know you have love for the animals, but is there anything else that attracts you and makes you get up in the morning so early for this sport?
Uh, well, yes, the horses, of course, and just going there, doing my hard work, and seeing like the owners' faces when their horse wins a big race or any race, just seeing their face, like, you know, because I was an
Wow.
owner and my horse like would cross over the finish line, like we had a winner, and it's just the feeling of your horse like winning, all that hard work you do every day.
Well, I guess you know there's no other feeling like a winning feeling. You know, I've never been an owner or in the world that you're in. How was that?
The trophies.
Yes, the trophies. But what is the feeling like when your horse is about to win, or if like you groom horses? What's that feeling like when you actually win a race?
It's just very exciting. Sorry's my dog. It's just very exciting. It's like adrenaline rush when they win, right?
Yeah, you got your dog with you.
Yes.
Oh, what type of dog is
Sorry.
it?
He's
Is
a
it a boy or
mastiff.
girl? Boy or
He's a
girl?
boy.
Oh,
Boy.
what? Sorry, I missed it. What type of dog was it again?
Presso Canario Mastiff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
There's
sorry
one
about
thing I'm
that.
finding out too is that a lot of horse lovers and horse race horse people are they're genuinely animal lovers, and you guys love the animals so much. I was just talking to a guy at the track, and I saw a cat that was probably as big as a dog, and he told me he had that cat for 12 years. I was like, wow, on the track, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. Now, as this time of the year come around, are you excited? Are you happy for a break from the long year, or do you get kind of like depressed moving away from the track?
Yeah, like track kind of comes home, right? And like the people around there. But it's kind of a good break, but it's never really a break because I got the two horses that I got to take care of.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
no
true.
horses, you don't have no break.
That's
And because
true.
you got to plan and organize for the next year.
Now,
So
I mean, you mentioned to me that you know maybe sending the horse down to Florida, Gulfstream Park, or somewhere. But how would you manage that? Just put the horse in the back in the wagon somewhere and just head on down to Florida. I know Chris is really excited. I'm really passionate about the horses too as well. So I speak to him quite a bit, and I'm really happy to see that you've taken out your license, and hopefully that you can get that horse in the winner's circle pretty soon. Was there any one moment that made you decide, or both collectively, you and your husband, say, look, let's push for this trainer's license a little bit faster, so you can do what you do? Is there any one moment?
It's just, I did a lot of studying. I did, and and it's just we want to go to Florida and everything like that, right? So it just makes it easier,
Right, right. Makes
kind of
makes a lot of
way.
sense.
Hmm.
Makes a lot of sense. Um, are you the kind of trainer now that would you get excited about the events around horse racing, or are you just the kind of trainer who just wants to train your horse and just get back to the barn or get back home? What who are you? What type of trainer are you?
I have an enjoyment for all the races that go on there, like especially like the Queen's Plate, the Mile, the Oaks. Like those are really big, exciting days. Like just watching all those horses like run and win the races, and I just like those big days. Like I'm not the type to, you know, like I'm always the last one in the barn.
Nice. So that being said, I guess Breeders' Cup was the other day down at Del Mar. I guess that must have been a really exciting time for you, just watching the events. Or did you get a chance to watch them actually? Because I know you're involved with the horses at the
Mhm.
track.
Yeah, no, I watch majority of them on my
Oh, pretty
phone.
cool. Pretty cool.
So
Pretty cool.
it was pretty exciting. Yeah, it's great watching Myra win for Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
Definitely.
really good race. Really good race.
And you mentioned something, which is you watch most of the races on your phone. So I'm assuming that, like, even having the opportunity to watch races on your phone and so forth, I guess in a sense is pretty cool and pretty good, because then you don't always miss those events, miss those races, because
Mhm.
you're working with the animals, with the horses, and sometimes you don't get a chance to see the races. So that, I guess
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So I
yeah.
guess
So
that
it
being
was
said,
really
you
exciting.
can't wait until next year. I would buy
No,
into. Do you have some babies, or you just going with the one horse?
I like to go to the sale in Keyan in January,
Oh,
see
cool,
what's there. That's the plan.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, if if I was the owner and I would say, hey, Miranda, can you tell me a little bit about your program, and what what can you do for me, and how can you get me to the winner's circle? What would you tell me?
Uh,
I'm sorry to put you on the
um,
spot. Well, I just figured I'll just launch a question to you.
no, you just said the answer. What would I do for you? Get you to the winner circle. That's what I do for you.
There we go.
That's
I love
exactly
it.
what
I
I
love it.
do.
I love it.
Yeah. Love your
I,
horses like my own and get you to the winner circle.
okay. On the serious side here, I know that you've been around horses for a while now. When it comes to race horse owners, I mean, like, all that is cool and everything, but the only thing that they really care about is when you actually make the horses win, right? When the horses win, that's what they're interested in. Or is there something else that they prefer?
Uh, Deep down, I don't really think it's just the win. I think it's how they could see how proper care their horse is being cared for. They could see it just by looking at their horse, right?
Hmm.
And the hard work of the grooms, and because like I've been groom owner, so I know the feeling of mostly all of them, right? Like especially when you groom it and it wins a race, like the feeling you get, all your hard work goes into it, and just seeing the smile on the horse's face. Yes, the horse won the race, but they can just see like how beautiful the horse looks, and like the condition, of their horse being well taken care of. So
Yeah.
between the groom and like the owner and the trainer, it's all a team effort, kind of, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess there are different types of owners too, and I guess the ones that you probably have come across in your time, especially around good company like Mar Cassie and Reed
Mhm.
Baker and those types. I mean, those are Hall of Famers right there.
Yeah.
If you rub shoulders with those guys or been around them, I can only imagine, the kind of plans that you probably hope for down the line, especially winning the Breeders' Cup. You know, that oh man.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this here. Is it fun times right now in the race world? Because a lot of times people say, oh, it's not like the back in the good old days. Is it still fun times in horse racing?
I personally think so. I personally think so.
It's always good to hear. And what about the like the personnel and personalities in horse racing. You've seen a lot of new riders and lots of new trainers now. Do
Mhm.
you think that as you yourself have now taken out your license, there's a lot of older trainers who are probably thinking about retiring, even though a lot of people tell me, they don't really retire. They usually
No.
just are forced to. Is it a good
Yeah.
opportunity for people like yourselves to get involved right now?
Yeah, because it's yeah, I would say so
Okay,
because it kind of has more of an opening.
yeah. Is there any one rider that you see at the track that you say, I think I would like to have that person around me a lot more for the future as I grow?
Like a jockey or a gallop?
A jockey.
A jockey? Uh, well, I got two of them. One's here and one's not here.
Okay. Good answer. See already, Miranda. You're already playing the politics thing with me. You're not calling names, and and you're playing it very safe, which is a good sign that people say, you know what, I think we can trust her. She's not gonna just blurt out crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I like it already. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, listen, I'm just gonna have one more question for you, and then we'll get going. Um, in horse racing, the one word that the D word, and when it comes to drugs and doping and so forth, is there anything as a trainer that knowing the names of the drugs and so forth, you really have to be careful in how you I guess how you maneuver. How tricky is that? Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times they tell me, sometimes a horse just only have to smell something or something, and lo and behold, you could be taken down or something for something that you don't know anything about, right? So, I
Mhm.
guess that's the tricky part of the game too, as well.
Yeah, because when it comes to drugs, you got to be very careful. Very careful with the drug situation.
Okay, well, I think I want to say thank you for taking this opportunity to come on the platform.
Thank you very
It was a
much.
real pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, anytime. It was a real pleasure talking with you. Actually, because I've seen you online and so forth, and seen you walking horses and stuff like that. And I really want to thank you for coming on. Miranda, thank you again. Don't be a stranger. Come back after your first win, please.
Thank you very much. Will do.
All right.